Hey guys, welcome back onto the Dark Adventures. I am K. Camarda and I'm here to speculate about a new camera which will be released by Fujifilm on this autumn, and it will be the Fujifilm XT30 Mark III. I own the XT30 Mark II and it lacks some not really important features which are in the Fujifilm XM5. The Fujifilm XT30 Mark II is great because I use it with the tilt screen and without IBIS and without real eyes or nostalgic neg, and I use it with without the 3.5 millimeter jack because it has 2.5 millimeter input for the mic, and it doesn't have the flip out screen, it doesn't have IBIS, it doesn't have many features, but I still love it for its aesthetics. What if Fujifilm really is making a camera with Fujifilm really is making a camera with tilt flip out screen, with IBIS, with real eyes and nostalgic neg? I'm really curious to try nostalgic negative. And what if really Fujifilm is making that kind of camera? Would I sell my XT30 Mark II to buy the new one, the new version, the upgrade, or would I keep the XT30 Mark II and maybe buy something like XS20 or something else? Probably I would sell the XT30 Mark II to buy the XT30 Mark III because I really like the aesthetics of the camera and the size and everything else. But at the same time I'm not sure about the price, because Fujifilm is making something strange. Now they Fujifilm made the XM5 and they launched the XT50, X-Half, XE5, XG5, X Pro 3, XH2, XH2S, XS20. But the most important cameras here are for our discussion are the XM5 and the XT50. Okay, so the XM5. The XM5 doesn't have IBIS, but it has the flip out screen and it has the film simulation dial on the top of the camera. But it doesn't have IBIS, it lacks IBIS, okay? And that's why I didn't buy that camera. It is smaller than the XT30 Mark II because it doesn't have the viewfinder, electronic viewfinder, EVF. Then the XT30 Mark II, the XM5 has real eyes and nostalgic negative. It has 6K open gate, 6.2K, okay? Then it has, what else? An improved autofocus, and I don't know, that's all. So it was like another kind of a crippled version of the XS20, which was launched 2 years ago in 2023. Okay, so the the XT30 Mark II was my choice because of the aesthetics, because I love the vintage retro look that it has. I wanted to try the tilt screen, okay, and then also I wanted to understand how Fujifilm works and have a different approach based more on photography than on videography, even if I use the 4K cinematic, 4096, that kind of 4K. It's the 4K DCI on the camera, and I use it in a 17:9 format, and I use the 4K DCI in a 200 megabits per second, and I use it for the buongiorno. And so I use the Fujifilm XT. And so I use the Fujifilm XT30 Mark II with the the 4K 24 FPS 200 megabits per second DCI, okay? And that's my main setting for video with the film simulation Eterna. But I also love classic negative and Eterna bleach bypass. The other thing that I really like about XT30 Mark II is the set of features and dials. I can, with a button, touching a button, pressing it, I can switch to slow motion. Pressing another button, I can access to the magnifier when I use manual focus lenses, and I mainly use manual focus lenses on this camera, on that camera. Now I'm shooting on the Sony ZV-E10. What else? On the XT30 Mark II, I have a front dial, the rear dial, I have the joystick. I don't have the D-pad, but it's not a tragedy because I have a lot of buttons. The FN button and the Q button and other buttons, okay? And I have small hands, like fairy hands, so it's normal for me to hold that camera and I use the viewfinder when I want to take photos, so that when I shoot videos in sunny days, in bright environments, like here, no. Now I'm using the flip-out screen of the Sony ZV-E10. And then the importance of the XT30 Mark III will be crucial because it would compete with XM5, but with a different shape. I think, I hope that it will keep IBIS, so it will get IBIS and a flip out screen, but at the same time I love the tilt screen that the camera has on the I love the flips, the flip out screen, the tilt screen that the XT30 Mark II has. So honestly, I don't know what to do, but I would like to know in the comments below what you think. What would be the improvements? For example, I don't need the 6K open gate or an improved autofocus because I use mainly manual focus lenses on this camera. And so what else? Honestly, I don't know, because I feel like I have everything on the XT30 Mark II. The only thing that was really missing, I know IBIS and a flip-out screen would be nice, but still I think it is a great camera. It didn't have these two features because the plans of Fujifilm were to make something equal with the features of the XS10, but with these two differences, without IBIS and without the flip-out screen. The last improvement that maybe people would forget to speak about is the limit of 30 minutes of recording would be removed. And so, for example, in the Sony ZV-10 I can record straight until the battery dies and the SD card gets full, okay? So I think that it would be an improvement. But at the same time, we need to talk and discuss about, without finishing the video, about something important, the psychological aspect of purchasing that kind of camera. Now, I noticed that when I want to go somewhere I need something really pocketable. For example, this Sony ZV-10 with the per gear 10mm f8, which I'm not using right now, but that lens is really tiny. It's like a body cap, manual focus, fixed aperture, fisheye, okay, but still it makes my camera really, really tiny, and it makes it worth to be pocketable in jeans. And I'm not joking, I can really put the Sony ZV-10 in my jeans pocket and go everywhere I want with this wireless setup with Sony ECM W2BT wireless microphones linked through the digital hot shoe of the camera, okay? So the what else? So the XT30 Mark II, it gives me an idea of precious, of something which I have to be careful about. I have to look after that camera, to use it carefully and to use it aware of its limits, but most importantly about its richness, because it has a set of dials and it looks really premium in my hands because I never owned, for example, the XT5. So the XT30 Mark II is an improvement in build quality, but also the feeling that it provides me. I can ensure you that using the XT30 Mark II makes people really happy. For example, me, it makes me really happy because it's like I'm using an analog or vintage or retro-inspired camera. So it's different from the Sony ZV-10, which is aimed to satisfy vloggers. For example, now I'm using the Sony ZV-10, and I'm satisfied, I'm really happy about it. But the XT30 Mark II is used for a different purpose, for photography, but also for videography, where the video maker is behind the camera. That's why I didn't need that flip out screen. And for regarding IBIS, I move carefully. I use the XC 15 to 45 millimeter the XC 14 to 45 kit zoom lens, which has IBIS, stabilization, IS, but the other lenses that I use are primes without IBIS and manual focus lenses. So it means that I have to be careful, and I have to think twice before shooting or before taking pictures. So honestly, what I think about the camera and a probably announcement of the XT30 Mark III is that I'm really happy, and probably I will get it selling the XT30 Mark II because I want to try nostalgic negative. But I wonder, what if they can manage to make a tilt screen which can also flip out, like the one on the A9 Mark III of the Sony, or S1H of Lumix. Okay, that would be really great, because it can satisfy and meet every photographer or videographer needs. You can flip the screen, you can tilt it up like the XE4 can, or Sony A6400, or you can flip out it forward like the Sony ZV-10, okay? In conclusion, I really hope that Fujifilm will make the move of making this camera, but at the same time, I hope that they can keep the price down under $1,000 or 1,000 euros. I will have to sell the XT30 Mark II and to buy the XT30 Mark III, because same size, new features. I don't care about 6K, and I don't care about the improved autofocus, because for that I have Sony, or I don't look for Fuji for that kind of things. I'm just worried about the film look, not the film simulations, the film look, the organic look of the image that you have on Fuji XT30 Mark II, because I heard some people, for example Tudor Matescu, which is a YouTuber from Romania, I guess, who said that the XM5 doesn't have all the film look, that the film organic look of the image of cinematic of the XT30 Mark II because of the processor 5. But that's just a guess. Let's wait and see. Now tell me you in the comments what are the features, what will be the improvements, what you think will be missing in the XT30 Mark II, and which would be the price. Okay, I'm curious to hear what you think about that. Thank you for listening to me. I'm Matteo Camarda on Dark Venities. Kindly, if you mind, subscribe to the channel. Thank you.